Dave, let's talk about retirement. Are people saving enough for retirement?
Well, unquestionably not. There's no ambiguity in that answer. There's no way. Some people are, but the vast majority of people are not, and I don't think any study will contradict what I just said. You've really got to set aside a fair amount of money, especially if neither spouse, assuming you're married, has a pension. It requires a lot of saving, and if you don't start young, it requires a lot of saving. Sorry about the bad news.
Give me some guidelines on how much you're going to need. There's all kinds of different rules. 75% of your last salary before you retire. Give me some guidelines on how people can tell if they're on track to have enough.
I think the 75% rule of thumb is not bad. Malcolm Hamilton has done a good job of convincing me that 60 to 70% for a lot of people is more appropriate. I've looked at the numbers quite carefully, but I'll tell you, at least that 60% is what you want to aim for. Here's my concern. If you start shooting for the 60 to 70%, but something goes wrong over the 20 and 30 years of saving, you get a divorce, you have a job loss at some point, or more, you have bad market returns, you're going to come up short. You really do have to aspire to a higher number, I think 75 to 80%. And to get there, you have to probably save 10, 12, 13% of your net gross income, but you have to start young. And this is something that's not getting enough coverage by even the actuaries. They always assume that we know that. We don't. So if you're starting at age 35 and 40 and you're behind the eight ball, you've got to save a lot more money. Tough to do.
Dave, warnings about insufficient retirement savings, they happen every year, all the time. Why are people not listening? What is preventing them from putting enough away for retirement?
Well, again, it's what we talked about in one of the other segments. It's so difficult not to spend. And plus, incomes have stagnated in the middle class. They really have. Real incomes have gone through some tough times. The price of real estate, of course, is sapping people. It's tough to save, but you have to do it. The other thing is, it's so tough if you don't get off to good habits when you're relatively young. It really is. If you become accustomed to spending all of your income in your 20s and 30s, flipping a switch at age 40 and making a big adjustment and saving 20% of your income, I don't think that's going to happen. You've locked in your costs, you've locked in your lifestyle.
All right, young savers then, get started on your retirement.
Start young, by the way, is absolutely key, and I think the TFSA, the RSP, anything you can get involved with, the tax shelters your gains until you withdraw it, or in the TFS case, you never pay tax. Those are the things you need to be looking at.
Great, thanks, Dave.
Thank you.